After an unexpected start, the election campaign is beginning to warm up. As the last bits of essential business are finished off at Westminster, the fight for Norwich's sitting MPs will now begin. For Labour's Clive Lewis and Conservative Chloe Smith, it's a second general election to fight in 2 years. Norwich South's Clive was one of just 13 MPs to vote against the plan for an early election. But why?
On this one, I think it was a point of principle that I wanted to make sure that people understood that what Theresa May was doing was wrong. So yes, I like to think of myself as Norwich's voice in Westminster, not Westminster's voice in Norwich. It was another example of myself being able to stand up and say, actually, this is wrong, I'll call it out. And if it means I have to kind of break the whip, then I'll do so. So I like to think people respect that in an MP and in their voice. And people in Norwich like doing things differently. And I think they like MPs that do things a little bit differently as well.
Norwich North's Chloe has only just come back from 6 months away on maternity leave after having her first child, and says she welcomes the chance to go to the country.
I think it's actually crucial in the timing of what has to be done to get a good Brexit deal. There's 2 years for those negotiations, as many people will know, and now is the moment to give the Prime Minister the backing of the country to go and do that. It's a tight window of time, but that means that there is the opportunity to ask people their views in a very straightforward way, and it means that every vote the Prime Minister is able to receive will give her a stronger hand in that very hard job ahead.
But was there ever the thought that she wouldn't come back and stand again? Certainly not, she says.
Well, I think if this is my 4th election in 8 years, I must be a glutton for punishment asking to come back another time. But no, in all seriousness, I do love this job. It's an honour to be able to do this job, a real privilege to be asked to do it. So it is a great thing for me to be able to continue to do that job and to go out again and ask for people's trust in that. It's a real honour to be able to do that.
All the parties across Norwich and Norfolk are now racing to finalise all of their candidates, understandably caught out a little by this snap election. Clive Lewis was also almost caught out. He's due to get married on the 6th of May, meaning having to replan both his stag-do and his honeymoon.
Whilst I'm not going to cancel the wedding, the honeymoon, we were calling it a mini moon, but now calling it a micro moon, has been scaled back to like 2 days because that now obviously takes place in the general election. As my fiance explained to me, she said, well, if we're not going to have the honeymoon, that means that your 3-day stag do the week before is off as well. But I think she understands it's not my fault. And, look, I've got to be in the constituency fighting one of the most important general elections in the country. And I'll get married, but I think that the honeymoon will have to be knocking on doors in Norwich.
So maybe not what you see in all the wedding magazines. But if it took all of them by surprise, it certainly took us by surprise. And the real fight on the streets and the doorsteps of Norwich is still to come. Neil Perry, Mustard TV, Norwich.